Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Marvel March. This is the third video this week. I hope you're not sick of us yet.
They probably are, and that's that's fair.
I mean, I'm sick of you.
Oh God, thanks.
But today we're going back to two movies this time. So we're going to talk about the first two movies of Marvel Phase 2, which are Iron Man 3 and Thor: The Dark World. Because Iron Man and Guardians are the only two in this series that have numbers sequels. Everything else has subtitles. It's really strange.
Maybe it's because Iron Man's first. There's like, oh, he's the only one that gets like full on number. Because even Guardians, it's still volume.
It's Volume 2, Volume 3, not Guardians 2, Guardians 3.
Yeah.
But we'll go ahead and start with Iron Man 3 because that came out first. Although I think it might take place after Thor: Dark World.
I don't know if it matters where it takes place, honestly.
Because it takes place around Christmas, so
for the most part, they took place in the order they came out. It's actually I'm not 100% sure on this. It's possible that Iron Man 3 takes place the same year as Avengers.
It's definitely not too far after.
No, it's within a year for sure. And if Avengers was, mid 2012, then it stands to reason that Iron Man 3 would be the end of that same year. But I'm not 100% sure about that.
So Iron Man is the first MCU character with a trilogy, because of course he is, because he's Iron Man. And this is the first MCU movie post Avengers, so clearly they're not going to ever reference Avengers happening. It's not going to affect the characters at all, right? Right? No. If you did not watch Avengers, you're going to have no idea what's going on in Iron Man 3.
No, this is a direct sequel. I mean, the whole half the plot is about what happened in Avengers. So,
because if you go from Iron Man 2 to Iron Man 3, you're gonna be like, wait, what portal? What aliens? What are you talking about?
Why is Stark suffering?
Yeah. So you need to watch the Avengers. But in this movie, we have a new big bad, the Mandarin, right? Right? Yeah, the Mandarin.
This Mandarin dude seems pretty scary.
Yeah, the Mandarin's totally in this movie. Okay.
Anyways.
So, Tony Stark, after dealing with, going through a portal, seeing aliens, and nuking it, that messes with him big time. So, because he doesn't drink anymore, he doesn't do drugs. So, what did he do? He tinkered. And we have just an army of Iron Man suits in this movie.
Yeah, no, you gotta. I mean, so these are all prototypes. But yeah, you see the Mark 42, and you're like, wait, what? 42? We were on 7. What happened?
He panicked. Oh, first things first. The opening scene. I love how they call back to Iron Man 1.
Oh yeah, you actually get to see, or it's right after that speech that Yinsen said he gave, and then you see him meet Yinsen briefly. It's like, hey, there's that. This is that moment. Yes.
Yeah, we met once, but you were so drunk that nobody would have remembered, and he was wasted. And Aldrich Killian's there.
Don't you mean Syndrome?
He really does look like Syndrome.
It's not a look thing. It's a plot thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's a hot chick there. There's that. She's totally not going to be important in this movie at all.
Yeah, no, her exploding plants, definitely nothing.
And Happy Hogan had a mullet at one point.
Ha.
I hate it.
Follow them. It Stark says follow the mullet when he's talking.
I also loved when there was like that little like that very small explosion in the hotel room. Like Happy thought it was the Y2K bug.
Yep.
But anyway, going back to that. So like we said, he's made Jesus, how many suits now?
42. He made an additional 35 suits, but again, he didn't finish any of those. Those are all prototypes. You know that because he's still using the Mark 7.
Yes. Now here's my big question, and I still don't get this. How come the government asks Rhodey to look into the Mandarin and not Iron Man? The superhero.
Because they're always going to trust the military dude first, I guess.
Even though Stark literally just stopped an alien invasion. Okay, whatever, sure. Yeah. Now, you might be asking yourself, no, this is a post-Avengers world. There are other characters in here. Not really. he mentions them, sort of, but like Hulk's not in this, Thor's not in this, Captain America's not in this. They're not there. You don't really have crossovers in individual character movies till I think Phase 3.
Yeah. Nothing major, at least, that's for sure.
Yeah, like Ragnarok or Civil War. Civil War is the big one.
Yeah.
But on top of all that, that guy I was just talking about, Aldrich Killian, is here, and he is flirting with Pepper because, of course, he is. Because why could Tony Stark not just have an easy life?
Yeah.
Because he's Iron Man.
No, I like that. Is this forehead of security?
That was actually really funny.
That one's still funny.
But then the main plot of this movie, Extremis!
Which is completely different than it is in the comics.
I don't know anything about how it is in the comics. I won't even pretend.
No, I've read it. It's they use the same name, but it's a completely different thing entirely. Like, not even close.
You're basically a fire guy. Like, you're just made of fire in this movie if you have Extremis.
And can regrow limbs and whatnot. Not heal scars, though. That's interesting.
Nope, but you can completely, regrow a limb because Jenna Ortega's missing a leg in this movie. I forgot she was in this.
She's in. I did not notice. Really? Is she one
He's the vice president's granddaughter, or she's the vice president's granddaughter.
I did not notice that.
That's like a young Jenna Ortega.
Damn.
I had to do a double take when I was watching this yesterday. I was like, is that? Oh my God.
That's crazy.
But so you've got the Mandarin, allegedly, setting Extremis people to blow themselves up. Because, there's no bombs. No bombs are anywhere, right? People are just blowing themselves up. And you see Happy Hogan get caught in that. And I swear I thought he was dead. Because Happy should be dead. But he's not.
I mean, yeah. No, he was pretty close to that explosion, considering.
Mm-hmm. How he survived that is beyond me. And then Iron Man, for some reason, gives the Mandarin his address.
Probably not a great idea.
That's what I don't get why he did that. And even the movie acknowledges that was a stupid idea because he even says, "I tightened security. I threatened a terrorist today." And then that.
Although I will say that the destruction that leads to is actually a really cool scene.
Oh, dude! When I love the shot where Iron Man's underwater, but it's from his first person. It's not in the helmet. So he's just falling and there's shit falling around him. It was crazy.
Yep. That's cool. And man, when he sends the suit to Pepper, like immediately, no hesitation. Damn.
Well, see, because Tony Stark is actually becoming a good person.
I'm pretty sure he crossed that bar when he repeatedly tried to sacrifice himself for people. Because remember, he thought he was going to die even back in the first Iron Man.
Well, Iron Man 1 is where he became he was never really a bad guy, but he's becoming a lot more selfless as the series goes on.
Yep.
Which we'll get to that later.
So
you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I do. After his house gets completely obliterated, he ends up stranded with a dead suit and meets this kid named Harley
in Tennessee because his suit made a flight plan to Tennessee.
Poor Jarvis.
Yeah.
No, but
the way he is ripping on this kid is just
no. It goes both ways because Harley knows he has PTSD and is just screwing with him deliberately.
I think
the banter between Tony and Harley is hilarious.
When Tony takes that car and the kid's like, "Are you just gonna leave me here?" and he's like, "Yeah."
And it's like, I'm cold. Like, I know. You know how I know? Because we're connected.
And he just drives away. Oh, that was incredible.
No, it's hilarious. All of that's hilarious.
Iron Man 3 is the funniest Iron Man movie.
No, this used to be an unpopular opinion because this movie got a lot of hate for the part we're about to get into, but this is still my favorite Iron Man movie.
I still prefer the first one, but I think this is a huge improvement on Iron Man 2.
No, I fully understand that. It's always between 3 and 1. There's a very occasional person who, for some reason, likes 2 the most, but it happens. But no, I just think the third one has something that the first one didn't, and again, that banter between Tony and Harley, you can't beat that, and there's not really a lot of that in the first one.
But let's get over why people really hated this movie when it came out. So Tony tracks down the Mandarin. Okay. Now, does it make sense what we're about to say? Does it make sense for the movie? Yeah. Does it piss off a lot of comic book fans? Also, yes, Cody.
Yeah, no, I mean, I wasn't familiar with the Mandarin at all. I'm still not. But I remember people getting extremely upset about that twist because he seemed like a really threatening character. That was an interesting take on, from what I understand, it was a very different take on the character. And yeah, they just made him into a joke. It's just some
So
dude
since
named.
we didn't really explain it, the person you're seeing on the screen as the Mandarin isn't the fucking Mandarin. He's just a drug addict, pill popping lunatic named Trevor.
Yep.
And the real air quote Mandarin, which he even says, "You're looking for the Mandarin, I am the Mandarin," is Aldrich Killian.
Yep.
We do get a real Mandarin eventually. But
I mean, actually, it gets hinted at pretty shortly after this movie.
yes, it does. But yeah, so Trevor is just a proxy or a fake actor. So Guy Pearce, who's actually Aldrich Killian, but Guy Pearce can go do what he wants to do, which is, be a dick. What was his motivation again? I don't remember.
Uh-oh.
Like, what was his plan?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't watch these movies for the bad guys, so I wasn't really paying attention to him much.
What was his plan? Like, take over government and like control the wars on Earth or something?
Yeah, I got nothing.
It was stupid. Oh, but then we didn't even mention Rhodey's Iron Patriot now.
Yep.
Which is War Machine's just cooler.
Yep, and they make that joke several times. But more importantly is that Iron Patriot, the suit redesign, was done by Aldrich Killian's company. He's really got to stop letting people mess with the suit.
Yeah, first Hammer Tech, now AIM. Stop it. Get help. Just let Tony make your suits, which I think he finally does after this movie. I did like the scene where Tony saved everybody off the plane.
Oh yeah, no, that's crazy. The fact that they made that make sense.
And it wasn't even Tony; it was the suit. Because earlier in the suit, we found out he can control the suit remotely.
I still think that would have resulted in a few broken arms, but better than being dead.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually didn't even mention Tony was still kicking ass even when he couldn't use the suit
because he's awesome. Like dude, where he outsmarts that one girl in the restaurant, has her blow up the whole room because she's overheating from extremis.
Yep.
That was crazy. I wonder if like him and Cap trained in between movies. That's why Tony's a decent fighter now.
Yeah, because he did put up a pretty good fight. That would be believable.
I would buy it. Also, I want to mention the vice president is an asshole in this movie.
Oh yeah, which actually it kind of glosses over it. He does get in trouble at the end, but I don't know how they found out that he was involved.
I don't know how they found out he was involved either. But they called him, and then you find out his granddaughter, is missing a leg. So he's working with them to weaponize extremis. Oh, I should mention that the girl that Tony Stark was with at the beginning of the movie was working with Aldrich Killian, and he shot her in the chest because, of course, he did.
Yeah.
Like, I love how she's bad for like a second, turns, and then immediately dies.
I like that he tries to recruit Tony right after shooting her in front of him.
Oh, yeah. I'll kill you first. And then he's taking ages to get the suit over there. That part was funny. Anyway,
honestly, I think his motivation was just to make this thing a weapon. Just bad guy to be a bad guy. I think he really does want his company to succeed at this extremis.
Bro, thing. I really thought Pepper died for a second.
I mean, I get that based on how the scene played out, but you also by this point know that she's got extremis in her, and you've seen what that can do. So, of course, she didn't die.
No. And she's the one who kills Killian, not Tony.
Yes, she kills the main villain again.
This is the second time this has happened. Tony's just really bad at killing his own main villains.
No, he kills none of the main villains.
No, there's one.
In 1, 2, and 3. I mean.
Oh, in an Iron Man movie, yeah, no, but there is one main villain he does kill for sure.
No, I was talking about it in his movies.
Mm.
We're not there yet.
It's like, don't take that from him.
Anyways, we got the final battle with the other 40. Sorry, wow, almost said that wrong. 34 prototype suits that we didn't see.
A lot of them.
Yes, it was a lot of suits at once.
It was pretty cool though.
It was.
I thought it looked cool. But I quite enjoyed my time rewatching Iron Man 3 because I haven't seen this since before Age of Ultron came out. So it was a fun rewatch.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that didn't rewatch it and they stayed mad about the silly twist, which it is a silly twist, but honestly the rest of the movie is so good that again, like I don't care about Killian's motivations or anything.
We're 13 years past that at this point. So if you just watch it for what it is a solid Iron Man movie. And honestly, I like this more than Cap 1 and Incredible Hulk and Thor 1.
Me too.
I'll say that with a straight face.
Yeah, I think I do too. This is one of the better ones at this point in the series.
But it also helps that Tony Stark is my favorite character in the MCU up to this point. So
that does help. And Cap is not yet my favorite at this point.
But yeah, I liked it. I thought it was cool. I liked all the suits. Robert Downey Jr. does a great job as Tony Stark, as always.
Which is why they just keep bringing him back for things. Anyways, I like that. So people, when they saw this, they thought he was giving up the suit at the end, but that's clearly not what he said.
Okay, let me stop you there, because you're telling me he could have just gotten surgery with the shrapnel out of his chest.
Oh yeah,
I call bullshit on that.
That's the other thing. After all this, the struggle into with the palladium poisoning, like after all of that, you could have just gotten it removed.
Like, I could buy him coming up with something to get rid of Extremis, because he's smart as shit, right? You're just now figuring out you could have just gotten that taken out of you? You're just now figuring that out.
Maybe it was just, like, super extra dangerous and he was scared? I don't know. Or maybe he liked having the suit be part of him.
But no, you're right, because he throws the thing away, but at the end of the movie, he says straight up, I am Iron Man.
No, but he also, before he blows up the suits, he says, I'm going to shave down the distractions a bit. He doesn't say I'm giving up the suit.
No. But I think people thought that because he threw the arc reactor in the water.
Because he doesn't fucking need it anymore.
But again, he says, I am Iron Man. He's not stopping being Iron Man. He's just focusing up.
Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly what he said.
And, another thing I think that really made me like this movie is, now, it's going to be weird to say this, Iron Man 2 didn't feel fully like Tony Stark's movie, if that makes sense. This is like you had to split between Rhodey and Pepper and all that other stuff, and the Avengers prequel going on. This focuses up and is definitely a Tony Stark-centric movie, which I do appreciate.
No, it for sure is. It focuses on him for almost all of it.
Well, he is the main character.
Go figure.
But yeah, I like this quite a bit. I never hated Iron Man 3. I always liked it more than 2, but rewatching it again after, the Mandarin thing, now that it's been 13 years, just sitting back and watching it, yeah, this is a great movie.
As you know, I agree.
So Thor: The Dark World, post-credit scene.
Yeah, you find out the narration was him talking to Bruce the entire time.
And Bruce is like, I'm not qualified for this. It was really funny.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Anyways, yeah, now Thor: The Dark World.
So, at the time this came out, this was almost unanimously considered the worst MCU movie. I used to agree with that. However, just like with Iron Man 3, rewatching this again with hindsight, I grew a pretty large appreciation for Thor: The Dark World.
I'm trying to think of where I would put it at this point in the series. I don't really know where I would place it, but
let me get the negative out of the way right now.
Malekith?
Thank you. When people talk about MCU movies having shitty villains, this guy is why.
No, what are you talking about? Malekith is everyone's favorite.
This guy sucks.
No, it's just that he doesn't matter.
He's a nothing. He's nothing. He's horrible.
No, I would say Iron Man 2 is worse than this.
Oh, as a movie, Iron Man 2 is worse than this. No, Whiplash probably is worse than Malekith. At least Malekith, sort of had some backstory.
Yeah, Whiplash is pretty annoying.
Whiplash is just there. All the backstory he had isn't even his, it's his dad's.
Yeah, it's true. That is true.
At least Malekith, ties into, Asgard and all that shit. But
yeah, and also, the main threat in this movie is a big deal. Freaking Ether, the third of a thing that we don't know about yet.
Is it the third?
Yep.
Oh yeah, because the staff. in Avengers that you already told people what was in the Avengers review. So whatever.
Shut up! I didn't say anything.
But so Jane and Darcy are in London now, and I did not expect an MCU IT crowd crossover, but we got it. You don't get that reference, okay?
No, I'm guessing it's the guy she was on a date with, though.
Yes, he plays Roy in the IT crowd.
I just assumed based on what I've seen of him, and that's the only person you could have possibly been talking about. I was just like, he must be in there.
If any of you have not seen the IT crowd, it is hilarious and you should watch it. But anyway, so they end up finding this, gravitational, like, dimensional warp thing. I that's the only way I can describe it.
Yeah, no, I had trouble figuring out how to talk about it. All I know is that whole thing with the old building and what was going on there reminds me of the Animatrix.
And like she ends up getting this thing called the ether absorbed into her body. While that's all going on, Thor is over there being a badass because he's the god of thunder. And I guess in between Avengers and Dark World, the Bifrost was restored.
Yeah, no, it's just like, oh, so that's they could have just rebuilt it. So why was that such a big deal then?
Because trauma.
Yeah, no, it's funny that it's just back and it's like, oh, okay.
My guess is Heimdall fixed it while Thor was off dealing with Loki. Or maybe they repurposed the Tesseract's power to rebuild the Bifrost or something. I don't know.
We didn't mention Heimdall at all when we talked about Thor.
Oh yeah, Heimdall exists.
Which I mean, he didn't have much to do in the first one, unfortunately, but he's an awesome character.
Well, he has more to do in this one, so
yes, he does.
So Thor is being a badass, and he's checking on Jane as much as he can. But then she disappeared, so Thor's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go there now." And I love how she just, after she smacks him, and he explains where he's been. She's like, "Okay."
As excuses go, that's a pretty good one.
I mean, to be fair, he wasn't lying.
Nope.
He was so serious.
Yeah, so after he finds out that Jane got stoned, she gets to go to Asgard.
She got very high.
Yes, that's what I meant by that.
I mean, she literally goes high into the sky. Asgard.
Jesus, come on. Okay, I'm leaving. Later, bye. I made a dad joke and you just made it so much worse.
You can fuck off. Anyway, so Odin is kind of an asshole to her for absolutely no reason.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
Whereas Thor's mother is just like, "Hi."
Frigga's awesome.
She is. Loki is in the dungeon in Asgard because, you know, he kind of did some really bad things. Now, that makes me question something. This is completely unrelated to Thor Dark World, but it goes back to Avengers a little bit. Do you think the Asgardians know about Thanos?
They have to, right?
I mean, considering he's the most powerful being in the universe, their words, not mine. You think they would, right?
There's no way that like Heimdall hasn't seen him at some point, or they have to be aware of him.
If they're not, they're gonna find out soon enough.
Gonna find out.
Anyway, back to this movie. So dark elves are a thing, and
yes, they are, and they're outside of this movie 100% inconsequential.
They're never even. No, they're only mentioned, I think, like in Infinity War and Endgame. After this,
they're not relevant.
They're really not.
Despite being this like super ancient race, it's like, huh? Yeah, no, they don't really matter
because they're basically wiped out at the end of this movie.
They're freaking grenades. Those like vortex crush grenade things. Jesus.
Yeah. And they've been looking for the ether because that's was like their ancient power source, but Thor's grandfather like sealed it away in like another dimension. But
now, is that the same grandfather that got decapitated by Thor later?
Yes.
That's funny.
Bro, I love that scene between Loki and Thor when they're bantering back and forth. It's the greatest thing ever.
When MCU doesn't go too heavy with the comedy, but just has like character banter that makes sense, that's really when it shines.
Or when they're all like, you try to betray him, you'll kill me. And then when he's finally like, you'll kill me? Evidently, there'll be a line.
Yeah. I gotta say, Fandral looks a little different in this one.
Yes.
I think the original actor, if I'm not mistaken, was busy with Once Upon a Time at this point, so he couldn't come back.
It's fine. It's not like he's gonna be alive by the third movie.
Yeah, spoilers. Yeah, no, the way that they just don't matter in the third. God, I know we keep saying it when we talk about Thor. It's annoying.
It's fucking really. We'll get to that in Thor Ragnarok. Back to this movie, dude. Thor's mom's death broke me.
Yeah, no, it's sad, but she fights like a badass though.
That might have been the first MCU death that made me sad.
Oh, and it sticks too.
Like that one actually was like, oh no.
Always talking about how people don't stay dead. She stays dead.
But no, she was fighting off Malekith like no trouble.
Yeah, but then the cursed dude comes in and yeah, hard to fight that one off.
And then Thor, immediately is like, nope. He zaps Malekith's face. And Thor doesn't like, Thor felt like shit too, because like, oh.
He was literally 2 seconds too late.
If I was there just a second earlier, my mom would still be alive. That was rough.
Yeah, well, it means he saw it happen too. Like, that sucks.
I'll give Odin credit. He did not blame Thor for that. But Odin was completely in the wrong on his strategy here. Completely. Thor had the right idea. Because Odin was like, well, we're going to wait for them to come here. And Thor's like, why?
No, we're not going to win. We need to take this fight elsewhere.
And Thor was right.
Yeah, he was.
See, there's a big problem too with this. When Loki and Thor end up in the Dark World, even when I first saw this movie, when Loki chops off Thor's hand, I was like, okay, this is an illusion, right?
Yeah, no, that's where it goes. Just one step too far, where you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, well, I was like, okay, yeah, I don't believe this.
Well, let's not forget about Loki's Chris Evans cameo.
That was funny.
Yeah, just the fact that they got him in for something so small. Yep.
Yeah, but the when they get the ether out of Jane, and then Thor's just like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna blow it up, which means Thor had the right idea. He just didn't know it would regenerate. But
it's basically indestructible.
His plan would have worked otherwise. But they can't just win that easily.
No, of course not.
And then they end up on Earth with those weird gravity. What was it called? Is it called? What was the thing building up to the whole movie? Convergence?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm not just pulling that out of my ass from Dead Space. Gotcha.
You are not.
Yeah, so, Thor and Malekith are just warping to random places back and forth.
Yeah, that scene is... it's fun. The Mjolnir continuing to switch directions thing is hilarious.
As much as I don't like Malekith as a character, I admit the way Thor beats him is actually pretty cool. Using those...
Yeah, so was that luck, or did Selvig do that?
What do you mean?
When the thing falls on Malekith at the end.
That was
that just
complete luck?
Because I was like, I don't think that was one of the pillars doing that, right?
No, that was because Thor threw all the pillars into Malekith.
Oh, that's right. Just tearing off pieces.
We got to talk about Selvig for a second, bro. He's gone nuts.
Yeah, it seems to be implied that it's because Loki got into his head and it just kind of unraveled his brain.
He's just running around places without any clothes on. Oh, and Darcy has an intern.
Yeah.
So that's a thing.
That's a thing. And that's as relevant as that gets.
Because I don't think that kid ever appears again.
No, that was it. Sorry, and we can't gloss over the fact that Loki dies again.
Yeah, totally. He's totally dead.
Yep.
Not like he reveals himself immediately afterward.
It was very short.
Like if they had just saved that for the end when the Odin thing, and he was like, "No, thank you," I've been like, "Oh shit!" But no, they revealed it fucking half an hour earlier. So...
No, it was like a scene or two. Like it was like very, very shortly after. They did not let that fake death linger.
They didn't let it linger at all. But the first post-credit scene is legitimately important.
Yes, although without context, God, at the time this made no sense.
Mm-hmm. So like two Asgardians show up to, they don't name it, so I'm not going to name it yet, but they show up at a place, and they bring the Aether there, and they reveal that the Aether is in fact an Infinity Stone. Then they give it to Benicio del Toro. Okay. Sure. And he says, 1 down, 5 to go.
Do you think he would have used them for anything if he ever did get them?
Was he secretly working for Thanos?
No, I don't think so.
Uh,
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think he was, but if going by Infinity War, I don't think he was.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about Infinity War another day. But this movie, and the other post-credit scene is just Thor doesn't want to live on Asgard, so he comes back to Earth because he has to be there for Age of Ultron. But anyway, Thor: The Dark World is definitely a movie that's grown on me as time's gone on. There's another one I never hated, but I never thought too highly of it. And I don't know if it's because we just had a lot of shittier MCU movies since this, but this has grown on me quite a bit. I enjoyed it a lot this run.
No, I never disliked this one either. I'm pretty sure I saw this in theaters twice. It is probably somewhere in the middle towards the bottom of the MCU at this point, but that doesn't mean it's bad.
No, we'll get to bad MCU once we get to Phase 4.
Oh, yeah, which will, if we stay on schedule, will be anything we do after this month.
Yes.
So fingers crossed. God, it would be great to end this month with Endgame.
That's the plan right now.
But for next week, or next video,
we will be only doing one next time because this movie is too big to combine with another movie. And what is it, Cody?
Captain America, the Winter Soldier, an excellent turning point for this franchise.
Listen, we will talk all about that next time. But I hope you guys have been enjoying Marvel March so far. We do appreciate you sticking around. And if you're tired of Marvel, I'm sorry. You've still got a few more videos of this. I don't know how to help you.
I got nothing.
With that being said, thank you guys so much for listening today. We do appreciate it, unless you have anything else you want to say before I close this out, Cody.
No, I think we're all good.
All right, then. Thank you so much once more, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Take care.